Alright. Imagine starting a journey where you eat mushrooms to grow, or you're stomping on turtles on your way to save a princess, or you're battling and collecting Pokemon for their unique abilities. Now imagine these same characters jumping out your TV screen and becoming some of the biggest game icons in history. In 1888 in Kyoto, Japan, Fushiguro Yamauchi started a card company, and generations later has become one of the biggest video game companies in the world, with over 33 console releases and over millions of games sold worldwide. Whether you grow up playing Mario Kart or collecting Pokemon cards or playing Smash Bros, we all know the iconic red mushroom, the sound of collecting coins, and the little yellow electric mouse known as Pikachu. Mm. By the end of this speech, you guys should know a few ways that Nintendo company has transformed the gaming industry. Nintendo has revolutionized gaming consoles, handhelds, and created some of the most iconic characters like Mario, Link, Kirby, and Pikachu. Uh, Nintendo has captured the imagination of generations of gamers, and that's the success. The success of Nintendo company was achieved by innovation, accessibility, and tech appeal. In 1977, the Nintendo company had no prior knowledge of gaming software, so they teamed up with Mitsubishi Electronics to create the Color Game TV, and it turned out to be the top seller at the time. Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, was the first console to be released in the US and paved the way for consoles that followed. IGN.com. Over decades, Nintendo came up with technology, upgrading their software, and keeping game enthusiasts interested. New game graphics by the portable Virtual Boy was the first ever video game to properly display 3D visuals. And with those advances, Nintendo used to make the Nintendo 64 that brought the 3D graphics to home consoles and a new analog stick to navigate a free roam worlds. This console created some of the most influential game titles like Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Nintendo brought gaming to our living rooms and innovated their system so it changed how and where we played. Nintendo consistently met the demands of portability by combining in convenience and entertaining gameplay. Nintendo released their first handheld, the Game & Watch, in 1980 and revolutionized gaming with their interchangeable game cartridges through generations. They improved the battery longevity, brighter displays, and faster response times. The Game Boy released hundreds of games exclusively for the Game Boy Color that came in translucent colors, but that's not their best handheld. Since 2004, the Nintendo DS has sold over 450 million units worldwide. The Nintendo Switch is the eighth and ninth generation consoles. On March 3rd, 2017, they simultaneously released it in America, Japan, Europe, and Hong Kong for $300 or 30,000 yen. Um, the development team revealed that the Switch was a portable console that can be docked for home play. And the Joy-Con revolutionized gaming because they're detachable for multiplayer, and the battery life resulted in hours of fun in the game, in the car, beach, or park. They later, in the early 1990s, Satoshi, the experience of having your favorite characters in the palm of your hand and the influence that each one's role that can be characters shape our culture connecting television, gaming, and toys. In the early 1990s, Satoshi Tajiri, with the help of his friend Ken Sugimori, an illustrator, started a game company, Game Freak. Satoshi created a game called Pocket Monsters and pitched it to Nintendo and worked over 6 years to have a release in Japan. They later changed the name to Pokemon. In 1998, they released the Game Boy in America and UK. Pokemon is about exploring a new world, capturing new Pokemon, and completing the Pokédex. The most famous Pokemon is Pikachu and is known globally. Following the success of the first game release in the US, the card company Wizards of the Coast released a trading card company, which became a cultural sensation in the US. Super Mario is another iconic game. It was first featured as Jumpman in 1981. In 1981, Donkey Kong game, and later was named Mario in 1982. Mario got his own game in 1985, released for the NES. The Super Mario Bros. Game is about saving a princess while collecting coins and powering up to beat the antagonist Bowser. Mario has been recognized as Nintendo's mascot and has sold over 450 million copies worldwide. These game characters are nostalgic and fill us with imagination. While wrapping this up, we can reflect on how popular these games have become. Ultimately, Nintendo has evolved the game industry through advances in technology, determination, and cultural influence. From game cards to generate, from revolutionizing generations of gaming culture, Nintendo has blended innovation with entertainment. Original characters like Mario and Pikachu have withstood the test of time and have become symbols of joy, imagination, and have built bridges between generations. If our imagination lives, Nintendo will always be more than just a gaming company, whether you successfully complete the Pokédex or cross the finish line onto a flagpole. Nintendo has delivered adventure and entertainment around the globe. Thank you.